I want to get on here and talk a little bit today about where my case is right now and give you guys some information that I didn't give you last time that will again let you further see the corruption of this court, of Title 4D court here in Hamilton County, Indiana. And Kenneth Scott Cook, ALJ / attorney, hire contractor, Christopher Barrows, the Superior Court judge, Superior Court 1 in Hamilton County, Michael Casati, who is not allowed to sit on any type of Title 4D involvement at all, but he has and violated my rights. Struck my bill of particulars from the record, struck the nature and cause of accusations from the record, and jailed me January 31st of 2024. Now, I don't know if you guys have went through some of my earlier videos where I talked about the driver's license suspension, as well as the document that I posted just now regarding driver's license suspension, Cavadas versus Martinez out of New Jersey, where the administrator there of the higher court said that there will be no more driver's license suspensions by operation of law unless there has been a meaningful hearing with that individual. Now, I say that to say this. When they were sued in 2022, I don't know what they did, whether they panicked or what they did, but I sued Amy Mars, the deputy prosecutor, Christy Smith, the head prosecutor, Michael Casati, the Superior Court 1 judge, as well as the sheriff of Hamilton County. When I sued them, about 6 months later, they sent an order saying there was no income withholding order that was valid or any arrears owed. They did that because they got sued and they panicked because they know child support is fraud. Now, the Supreme Court denied my writ, claiming they didn't have jurisdiction over it, which we know that's a damn lie because Congress created child support, and child support is a federal program. So if the state court has it, county court supposedly has jurisdiction, how is it that the district court and Supreme Court does not have jurisdiction? Somebody explain that to me. But what I'm on here to talk about is what I didn't tell you guys about them destroying my life and where I am right now. They sent me a notice saying that they were going to suspend my license, knowing that they're not allowed to suspend anybody's license over fees or fines or debt. This goes for traffic tickets also, in the event that anybody has traffic tickets, and that's why your license was suspended. So after I sued them, they hired a so-called special prosecutor who has his own private law firm, which is illegal also. His name is Kenneth Scott Cook with Cook Family Law in Indianapolis, Indiana at 333 East Ohio Street. He's under contract with Title 4D and the state of Indiana and the Attorney General's office. He in open court, I think it was I think it was March 13th, admitted that it was him that suspended my license. But they sent me a notice saying they were going to suspend my license March the 2nd. Okay. I immediately sent out this notice to the BMB, Commissioner Joe Hogue. 6 different Supreme Court case rulings that said you are not to suspend anybody's license unless the BMV provides them with a face-to-face hearing. That was the first notice. They ignored it. This was the second notice. They ignored it. This was the third notice. They ignored it. Ultimately, they suspended my license March the 2nd. As I said, I've always tried to be self-employed. I have my own semi-truck. And they knew that. And I'm a 1099 worker, and they knew 1099 workers. There was no provisions made for 1099 workers with child support. So therefore, they were not getting any child support from me at all. First of all, impeding on my privacy and my right to raise my children as I see fit. So March 2nd, they suspended my license, ignoring all the case law that I just showed you guys, totally ignoring all of it, as well as denying me my Administrative Procedures Act, which is mandatory, striking the bill of particulars from the record, the nature and cause of the accusation from the record, never providing me with a Turner hearing, which is an ability to pay hearing, also from the Supreme Court. So what has happened, and I'm not ashamed to admit it, they destroyed my life. My car was repossessed last week. They've not answered back in 3 months or reinstated my license. I had to turn my semi-truck back in. The trailer, 5 of my 7 credit cards have now been charged off. I live in my semi-truck. I seen the country every day, a new place every single day. I had a good living. I was able to issue myself, funds from the business, all business related, because I lived in my truck. They've destroyed my life. Now, the kicker part is they never ever answered to jurisdiction, which means anytime you challenge jurisdiction and it's not on the record, they have to stop until jurisdiction is placed on the record. But somewhere along the line, Title 4D thinks that they are above the law. Never placed it on the record, as well as all the other due process violations that I just now spoke to you guys about just now, as well as they really didn't have jurisdiction because when they suspended my license, my case with them was already in federal court. And they were not supposed to be doing any activity on the case at all until the federal court figured it out. But that's where I am right now. I've had to ask my youngest son's mom to stay with her, which she was more than welcome to let me stay with her. Me and her have a good relationship, and she's provided me with funds to help me take care of myself right now. I've applied for over 32 jobs. All 32 jobs turned me down because my license are suspended. And they were not driving jobs. They were jobs where I would have been working in-house at the property where I'm not driving any vehicles whatsoever. They stated that they wanted to make sure I had the ability to get back and forth to work because where I live at, there is no public transit system. Well, where, my son's mom has allowed me to be. They destroyed my life. My credit report, went from the high 6s. It's now 415 across the board. I have no money. I can't afford my cholesterol medication, which I got my blood work done from the doctor last week. My cholesterol is up because I don't have any money to buy my medicine. I'm also was just told that my prostate PSA levels are up, and they scheduled me a doctor's appointment. But guess what? The doctor's appointment wanted $200 in order to consult me on what they're going to do from here. I don't have no money to get my counseling done or consultation done concerning my prostate. So at this point, I've just said the hell with it, because I've called around. Nobody really does anything, or it takes so long to get on one of those government assistance programs. So basically everything is ruined. I'm using my youngest son's mom's, all of her resources right now to just stay alive. And I'm sending them the 4th notice to unsuspend my license before we move forward and file the lawsuit on the BMV, who clearly violated my constitutional rights, and Kenneth Scott Cook, who admitted in open court that he was the one that told the BMV to suspend my license. So I'm just asking for everybody's prayers. Mentally, I'm not good right now. When you take a man's livelihood and purpose from him, he's shit. Any man on here or any woman on here who's independent can tell you that. So I'm just asking for everybody's support. But I'm that kind of person. I'm not giving in to them, and lay down to them, because I know I'm right. So again, I'm just asking for everybody's prayers, to stand by me and stand with me as I go through this process, and we'll find out what's going on.